Well, good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from across the globe. Quickly, let me just give you an apology. I know in my video, the last video I put out yesterday, I mentioned that when I filmed my next video, I'd get out in front of the camera for you and show you some stuff, some charts, whatever. Well, it turns out my videographer has a very, very important engagement with his honey tonight, and I can't interrupt him to have him come film. So I am going to do one of these Camtasia shoots instead. And I promise the next video I do, I will get out in front of that camera. It is 114 degrees out right now as I speak, so maybe I don't need to be jumping around in my studio. But I promise you the information in this video will help you. So let's take a look. Welcome to looking at, watching, viewing, and learning from my 2,772nd video about trading and analyzing charts. And welcome to livewithoscar.com. Thank you, everybody. So this video is for trading on Friday. That's July 12th, 2024. Remember the risks involved in trading. This is a very risky game. Believe me, markets turn on a dime and you can lose a fortune. Please put your stops in and put them in first whenever you're going to trade. Now, let's try to take some of the voodoo out of this chart for you. What are you looking at? Well, I have showed you this chart in the last few videos, and what I had asked you in last night's video, or the night before I should say, that was out for viewing yesterday, was do you think A, a reckoning is going to take place, or B, the markets will just continue with Nasdaq running up and transportation average diverging and running down? And I have to say, I cannot tell you how many of you are geniuses. So many of you picked B. Look at all the B's in here. B, 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 all the way down the line. Only a few of you chose A. B means you thought there'd be a reckoning. Well, guess what? A reckoning has already started. What does that mean? Congratulations to you, OMNI analysts that chose B, knowing that you cannot have Nasdaq running up forever and transportation average running down forever without a reckoning taking place, meaning at some point they have to head towards one another in order to travel together again. So this chart will show you that reckoning. The blue bars that you're looking at, so this says the rubber band is now contracting once again. It's not expanding, it's contracting. The blue bars are representative of the Nasdaq daily bar chart. The red and green bars are the transportation average. So now that you know that, you'll see we're going to use this as our divergence meter. What? This blue thing right here, this blue line. This basically shows you that even at extremes, this is about as far away as the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones transportation average get from one another. They're usually right on top of each other. See the blue riding with the red and green, riding with the red and green, staying with each other. They get a little extreme right here. They get apart right here. They come back together, and then boom, the rubber band starts to expand. And it expands bigger than anything it's ever been in the past, as you can see, because now this blue line doesn't hit the bars anymore, and then it explodes and it goes out as far as this green guy. What this green guy represents is how far the Nasdaq was up and the transportation average was down at their furthest divergence point. That's this green measuring tool. The red measuring tool shows you exactly where they are apart from one another since the reckoning began on Thursday. Look at how they've come in so far, right? It was out all the way up here, from here to here, the green. This represents the high of Nasdaq, the low of transportation. Well, it's that much smaller now. Kids, the rubber band is contracting. That's exactly what we needed so that next week or whenever the market wants to continue going higher, even tomorrow, it can go higher because that reckoning has started to take place. The rubber band is now contracting, not stretching. So what does that mean? Look, it looks like this. Look at the Nasdaq, massive down bar, right? See, red arrow representing the massive down bar on Thursday. And look at the transportation average, massive up bar. These guys are coming back at each other, meaning that the rubber band is contracting, and that means it's got power to push the markets even higher. The running away from each other has started to correct itself, and that is exactly what we needed to see in order to keep this bull fed. So overall, nothing goes straight up. The action I'm showing you in this video tonight means the stock market is free to continue higher next week if it wants to do that, even on Friday if it wants to do that. What else is happening out there? Well, look at this little gem. Is that where I want to be? Yes, I think it's gold, right? Let's see if gold shows up here. Not exactly the gold chart I had planned to show you, but let me see if I can... I know why, because I saved it here. Look at this. Check this guy out. Look at this. Gold. Gold is in a really nice, I don't know, you want to call it a bull flag, just like the one I've been showing you in Bitcoin. Really massive, really long term. Doesn't happen right away. Nothing goes straight up, right? Nothing goes straight up. But it does go up overall. So, you are in this massive channel. Maybe it's a bull flag in gold. The OMNI's bullish. Why shouldn't gold try to work its way up here? Because that's what it does, right? After hitting the bottom, or just about, works its way to the top, hits the bottom, working its way to the top. So I think gold is looking good here. And one of the reasons why it looks so good is because you've got this happening. Look at this dollar index. Look at the ride this dollar index has been on, right? Massive down move. Drop, 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 drop. Now, what happens when the dollar goes down is something like gold sitting on a teeter-totter. In fact, let me show it to you a better way. Something like gold is sitting on a teeter-totter. And let's call it a teeter-totter, a seesaw, whatever you want to call that. It's out the park or it's in your backyard. Well, if the dollar, which we will represent right here, if the dollar is going down, it forces things like gold and silver to go up. Also crude, so we got to be careful there, but it forces things like gold to go up. This dollar is clearly going down, and that's one of the reasons why gold is looking smart here. Of course, you'd hear all sorts of fundamental reasons. Everyone's buying gold because it is an end of the election. So what? We look at charts. The charts tell us what's happening out there fundamentally. The charts say if the dollar's heading down like this, yeah, you could probably buy dips in gold. Then the gold chart itself says, hey, I want you to buy dips. I think the two make sense. Traders, I hope that helps. Make sure you come join me at livewithoscar.com. And now I want you to answer another question. We are going to do another A or B. You were very smart about your answers in last video. So now it's going to be A. Will the reckoning continue? Or B, will it go back to DJT down and Q up? I would like for you to answer this for me. You tell me what you think. Will the reckoning continue, meaning that you will see the transportation average move higher and the Nasdaq continue to move lower? And I spelled continue wrong, so let's correct that. All right, so do you think, A, the reckoning will continue, meaning that you will continue to see your Nasdaq go down, represented by the red line, and your transportation average go up, represented by this green line? Is that what we will continue to see more of? Choose A. If you think things are just going to flip and trading back down and Nasdaq back up, you will choose B. Please let me know what you think. I would like to see if you call it as well as you did for calling this reckoning. Fantastic call on your part, Omniacs. And you knew I agreed with that because I made it clear in my video that a reckoning had to take place, and that is already starting. Will it continue? A. Will it go back to the way it was? B. please let me know. Join me at livewithoscar.com. You know, I am always in a trading room. Lots of times my camera is on like this one is right now, waving to you. You can join me in this trading room. It is absolutely free to you. No credit cards are required. Just go to livewithoscar.com and create a free account. You will get an email. I promise it will go to your spam account. Check your spam, click that email, go to Live with Oscar, and join me in my live trading room. Cost you nothing, kids. Why not join me? I hope to see you there. Barring that, remember this. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and share these videos all over the internet. And I will see you all at livewithoscar.com.